Next question: how do I convince a person to stop the habit of arguing? Okay, so I'm not gonna go too deep into psychoanalysis of why someone wants to argue, but arguing is kind of fun. Fighting is fun. There's an enjoyment from it. Now, sometimes when you get really in a heated discussion, it can get kind of out of hand and things can get ridiculous. People can say things they don't mean to act out of emotion. But arguing is like a game. Why do you play a game? Because there's a pleasure from it. There's a ability to win. Arguing is actually, a game. It's like playing a pickup basketball or, playing a video game on your phone. The reason why you like to, why this person likes to argue is because they enjoy it. And that's pretty much the reason why most of us do things, because we enjoy the thing that we're doing. Like, I'm making this video. I enjoy making this video, right? But how do I convince a person to stop the habit of arguing? You can't. You can't convince anything of anybody. All you can really do is get them to convince themselves. And you really can't get anything to do that. Because a lot of the things that drive us are driven from a lot of internal and external mechanisms that are fairly complicated. And unless you know all those mechanisms of that person, you really can't change them. But if you I just kind of gave you the answer a little bit, is that if you sort of know what drives them, you can kind of deter their ability to argue. I guess my real question is, why would you want to stop them from arguing? Sometimes the reason why they want to argue, like, I have a best friend, and I like to get under his skin. And I don't know why, I just do. I've tried to stop because I get out of hand. I do the same thing with my wife. I try to get under their skin. And it's just a bad habit. I don't do this with regular people. I mean, people in my personal training business or people that people that are acquaintances, but for my friends, my closest friends, I like getting under their skin. And that's kind of the reason why people like to argue, because they like to get an emotional reaction from someone. I guess this is why I do it sometimes. Get an emotional reaction from someone that they love, because when they do, first of all, they're pretty safe. You're not going to lose their friendship. You know what I mean? And they know you, so even if you say something that's a little bit off the cuff or whatever, it's not going to really negatively impact their opinion of you. It's because they're your best friend, or they're your wife, or they're someone that you know really well. So if you want to get a person to stop arguing, see if you can find out why they argue, and then you can probably start from there. Why do they argue? Leave a comment. If you leave a comment, I'll try my best to get back to you. All right, next question.